Today I'm sharing 10 things I wish I knew before studying abroad, so you can learn from mine and my friends' mistakes, not your own. I really wish my friends and I had this video before we moved abroad. It would literally have saved us so many tears, absolutely stupid mistakes, and a lot of unnecessary anxiety, from money and documents to sitting in a class and understanding nothing. At the end of this video, I will give you a simple checklist so you can screenshot, so you don't have to remember everything, and you can just tick things off before you move. Let's dive in. Number one, research the culture first. If you haven't done it yet, do it as soon as you can. Study the culture of the country you're going to. This is a crucial step that many people skip. I see it every day. People arrive and they start saying,
it's not like this, it's not like that.
Feels like they were kidnapped and dropped into a country they know nothing about, don't even want to be in. We all grew up in different cultures with different norms, habits, and expectations. And when you move to another country to study, believe me, you will already have enough stress. You really don't want extra shock from things you were not prepared for. It can be small things, but they make a huge difference. How people communicate with teachers, how direct they are, how they show respect, how friendships work, what is considered rude or totally normal. And when we come to another country, we should respect their culture and their rules and not trying to copy-paste our own. For such an important period in your life, whether you go for 1 month, 1 year, or 2 years, it's essential to be in a place you feel more or less comfortable. Without research, it's almost impossible to know it in advance. That doesn't mean you must choose a country you are super familiar with. You can absolutely move somewhere you've never been, but just be aware of the character, culture, traditions, and at least language basics of this country, so you don't end up spending your study time in a place you don't like at all just because the program looked okay on the website. Number two, study language. You can sometimes study in your own language. For example, if you're from Latin America and you go to Spain, or if you're from Morocco and you go to France or Canada, you might find programs in your native language. But if you're going to study in a language you don't know yet, you have to start learning it as soon as possible. I've seen examples when people learn the language in 1 year, well enough to start a master's, but this adds so much stress to your life. Everything becomes harder. Classes, exams, presentations, group work. If you start 2 years before you go, that would be perfect. And if you can afford it, you could start learning the language by yourself or with a teacher in your country. Then come to the place where you want to apply for a master's or a bachelor degree a year before and go to a language school there. That would be a perfect option for several reasons. You will have the opportunity to dive into the culture much easier with language courses, because usually they don't only teach you grammar, they also tell you about the culture and everyday life. And you can make new friends even before you start your master's, and you learn the language in a natural environment. And this is very important if you go there to study, because learning language in your country and learning it by living in that country are completely different things. Your level will go from here there very fast. It will give you so much more confidence when you start your degree. Pay a lot of attention to listening. This is exactly what you will need first during your master's or bachelor degree to understand what is happening in class. I studied at a free language school during my first year, and honestly, it was one of the best decisions in my life. We started at 9 a.m. Usually we had first grammar, then a general class, and 1 hour conversation. See the system? First grammar basics, then general class where you work with it, and then a conversation class where you actually apply what you've learned. I totally recommend Frida. These guys really know what they're doing, and this is not a paid advertisement at all. I just generally loved it. I'll leave the link below in the description. Start the process early. Again, as you see, I already recommended starting your language learning as early as possible and doing research as early as possible before you decide to move, and definitely before you actually move. And the same applies to your documents. Keep in mind that you might have to translate documents, get homologation, maybe get an apostille, and all that can take a lot of time. Bureaucracy doesn't care about your deadlines. So if you already choose the bachelor's or master's, study the list of documents you need to be admitted. The sooner you know the list, the better. You don't want to find yourself in a situation where you have everything except one paper that takes 3 months to get, and all your plans are ruined. 1 year is more or less the perfect planning time in case you don't need to learn a foreign language from scratch. Prepare all the documents and take everything with you, both physical copies and digital scans. Usually the university website has the complete list of the documentation you need to apply and be accepted, and sometimes extra steps like local validation processes. You can also check the UNED-Assist website. I will leave the link below, it could help a lot. The process depends on the university and the country, so don't assume it works same everywhere. Number 4, money. Before you move, do a little research on currency and banks. That might include, for example, informing your bank that you are going abroad so they don't block your card the first time you pay for groceries. Look into options like Wise or Revolut, check international fees and understand how you will transfer and receive and send money. Change some cash before you leave and always have a bit of physical money with you when you arrive, for just in case. Also think about how expensive the city is. Rent, transport, food, health insurance. Even a rough monthly budget will help you feel less anxious, because financial stress in a foreign country hits differently. So anything you can plan in advance is helping your future so you could enjoy your study abroad. Number 5, a phone and SIM card. Your phone is your map, your translator, your bank access, your way to contact your family and new friends and old friends. So make a SIM card plan before you go. Check if your current SIM will work in the country you are going and how much roaming costs. Most of the time it's too expensive, and if it really is, research local SIM cards providers and typical student plans. Think about how you're going to contact people the first days. Do you need mobile data from day one? Will you need a local number for the bank or for the university? Do a place where you stay your first days has a Wi-Fi? The moment you arrive, getting a local SIM or a SIM should be one of your first tasks. Stay with me, guys. These tips are in chronological order based on when you might face them, not in order of importance. So stay till the end because there are still many important things coming. Number 6, pack smart. A lot of people say don't pack too many clothes and random stuff, and they are absolutely right. But I would also add, don't take food from your country. For example, people from my country love bringing grechka. It's a typical product we are obsessed with. That's exactly what I was planning to do when I was moving, but luckily I had a friend here and she told me not to. In most big cities there are plenty of shops with products from all over the world. For example, in Barcelona there are stores with American food, huge supermarkets of Asian food, Russian, French, Italian products and spices. Honestly, you can find almost everything, and you'll probably find your favorite snack here, so don't bring food. Instead, focus on packing smart. I would totally recommend to prepare a small carry-on suitcase or backpack with all your day-to-day essentials in case your main luggage is lost or delayed. A change of clothes, basic toiletries, chargers, medicine, and anything you need for the first 2-3 days or even a week. Keep all important documents, medication, valuables in your hand luggage, not in the checked-in suitcase, because remember, you can buy almost everything there, but you can magically produce your documents or your laptop. Number 7, apartment. Finding an apartment can be one of the most stressful parts of moving abroad. Websites like Aluninet or Idealista are popular, but unfortunately scams still exist. Golden rule for all this, don't send any money before you see the apartment and sign a proper contract. If they start telling you stories like, oh, the owner is on a business trip now, we can show you the apartment, just send the deposit and we'll mail you the keys, full stop, it's a scam. And that almost happened to me. So try to visit the apartment in person. Or at least do a video call. Ask about bills, neighborhood, is it noisy, what is around, neighbors, agency fees, and what happens if you need to leave earlier. For quite a long time, it's going to be your safe place, so please pay a lot of attention to this part. Number 8, so you came to a new place, started your classes, learn your digital campus. Usually universities have their own websites and online campuses for students, and they are full of useful information, so take time to study this platform properly. There you can usually find your schedule, rules for final projects, requirements for your master's thesis or bachelor's work, deadlines, grades, and sometimes even recordings of classes. You can contact your teachers and professors there, upload your assignments, and check important announcements. During your studies, this online campus is a major tool you should use all the time, and I often missed important information simply because I didn't check the campus platform and didn't take the time to understand how it works. Don't be like me, because if you ignore it, you might miss deadlines or misunderstand important rules, and nobody will accept
I didn't see it
as an excuse. One evening of exploring the platform can save you a lot of panic later. Number 9, communicate. Don't be afraid to ask stupid questions, because in reality there are no stupid questions, especially when you're studying in a foreign country, in a foreign language, or studying in general. Talk to your teachers, to your tutors, your coordinators, students. Sometimes people answer only one question they choose from your email, even if you had several of them in the message. So don't be afraid to ask again or to send a follow-up email. There is nothing wrong with that. It's much better to clarify something early than to discover at the end of the semester that you misunderstood something, an assignment or a rule. Also, for example, here in Spain, people are usually very supportive, and you can get help simply by kindly asking for it. So number 10, ta-da, be present. Try to be present in class. That's a bit nerd advice, but
what did you expect from when?
don't think I will study it by myself later in my own time, because in most cases you will not. I know it's very difficult to stay focused and engaged because it's honestly exhausting. New country, new systems, new people, plus a foreign language, and everything around is new, and it's like you've suddenly appeared in a different world, and I totally understand it because I've been there. But believe me, you don't want to spend extra hours at home trying to understand what was happening in the class that you skip mentally. The more you take from the actual class, the easier your life will be afterwards. Listen, participate, ask questions. Your future self will be so grateful. And outside of class, take all the activities and opportunities you see. I know it might be outside your comfort zone, go into a dance class, for example, language exchange, whatever it is, but it will be so much fun, and this is an opportunity you don't want to miss. These are the moments you will remember all your life, not just exam days. So have fun, say yes to fun, legal fun, and enjoy your time. Guys, if this video was helpful for you, check out my other videos on the same topic. Studying abroad can be not easy, but it's so worth it, in my opinion. It will change your entire life, your perspective on yourself, on other people, on different cultures. It will expand your horizons and open a huge field of opportunities in the future, not only in your career, but in life in general, in ways you probably can't even imagine yet. You will be stronger, you will be smarter, and you will become a much more interesting person, even just for yourself. Your life is never going to be the same. Thank you very much for watching this video till the end, and see you in the next one.